and goal from the 7 seconds to go. Bagent will throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. Walker gets the touchdown. What a comeback by the Chicago.
1 minute and 29 seconds. A perfectly executed 2-minute drill belongs to the most beautiful elements of offensive football. And Bears head coach Ben Johnson achieved that in the final preseason Week 3 matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs, as his newly extended backup quarterback Tyson Bagent led and orchestrated the offense from their own 13-yard line all the way into the end zone. Today, we want to take a look at the anatomy of a 2-minute drill. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the German Bear Podcast. And today, we want to take a look at Tyson Bagent, Jahdae Walker, and the Chicago Bears offense and how they led a 12-play, 87-yard, 1 minute and 26-second drive against the Kansas City Chiefs with no timeouts remaining to finish the preseason off strong. So today in the All-22, we want to break down every detail of this 2-minute drill drive for the Chicago Bears and find out what are the key factors of a successful 2-minute drill. And with the first play of the Chicago Bears in this drive, we have a 1st and 10 situation, and one key hallmark for a 2-minute drill is obviously working the sidelines to prevent timeouts from being used. The Bears don't have any timeouts, so it's even more important to stop the clock and gain as many yards in as short of a time as possible. So in this situation, the Bears are in a spread look 3-by-1 in a formation that I call Trey left, and they play against a cover 2 man look by the Kansas City Chiefs. So an opportunity to win for the Bears receivers here in that scenario. You have Jahdae Walker, who is the receiver that gets the ball on this play on a deep out route with an outside release. You have a drive concept with the tight end and the H receiver here with a quick in and a deep in behind it. And then you have Tyler Scott, I believe it is, on a curl route, as well as the number 1 receiver in this 3-by-1 set here. And it's just also very important in a 2-minute drill that players step up in important situations. And here you have Jahdae Walker winning at the top of the route here on this out route against a corner that has safety help, so that corner can easily trail in that situation and just read Jahdae's hips. But what he does at the top of the route is having a great jab step here to break out with one cut, quick speed cut here, and you have a perfect ball by Tyson Bagent towards the sideline up where only Jahdae Walker can catch it. He goes up, snags the ball out of the air, and somehow gets his feet in for a perfect first completion here towards the sideline to stop the clock. That's how you want to start it off, right? Big time players make big time plays, and Jahdae Walker, preseason Week 3, fighting for his roster spot, steps up right there and connects with newly extended quarterback Tyson Bagent. Now, quickly want to move on to the second situation. Obviously, a 1st and 10 again after the big completion on 1st and 10 previously. 1 minute, 25 seconds on the clock now. And on the previous play, the DBs for the Chiefs dared the wide receivers with inside leverage to throw it towards the sidelines. Now, after the Bears challenged that and accepted that challenge and won it as well, the Chiefs respond now with a outside shaded cover 3 buzz here, preventing anything to go towards the sidelines and forcing a throw over the middle. The Bears accept that because the trigger here on a 2-minute drill is that you take what they give you and you just run to the snap and make sure you run play after play after play if they don't want to give you the sidelines. Bears do so with, as you'll see later on in today's video as well, during the All-22 study now, dagger is their favorite concept of the day. So the 3-by-1 side here runs the same concept again. The Bears in the same formation to not overcomplicate it for the players in a quick thinking situation. And you have the number 1 receiver on the 3-by-1 side with a deep in. Number 2 runs a vertical. That's the dagger concept. And then you have a sit right underneath of it by Joel Wilson, the tight end. And then Jahdae Walker is single side with a deep curl route against a bailing cover 3 corner. And Tyson Bagent recognizes post-snap that the safety is rotating into that hook to curl flat zone, which is that cover 3 buzz look here, and he's giving trip support. So the down rotating safety's eyes go towards the trip's side. And that's an easy read for Tyson Bagent. He can go to the curl route to Jahdae Walker. And what Walker does here, he just basically puts on a route running clinic here as he stems at the corner for his curl route here, sails vertical with full steps, never indicating that he's going to break, and then has a perfect hip sink and trigger to stop on a dime here in this situation and to get open against a bailing cover 3 corner who gives him outside leverage. So that's an easy completion here. And for this as well, in 2-minute drill, finding the soft spot, converting, and lining up quick again to run the next play is the recipe for success here. So great again. Back-to-back plays to Jahdae Walker, making a play, getting open in the zone. Love it. Let's move on to the next play. Third situation, right after this. 1st and 10 again, first down after first down. Bears line up quick, 1 minute and 8 seconds still on the clock. Bears, same formation, like I said, keeping it simple, this time working the sidelines again with a flood concept. You have a vertical from the number 1 receiver, number 2 runs that 10 and out, and then number 3, the tight end, runs that speed out into the flat. So it's basically just a high to low read to put the corner and the flat defender in a bind, and backside Jahdae Walker runs a inside stem dig to get into that window as well. Now for the Chiefs, they challenge that with a cover 1 man blitz look with the edge defenders going into coverage. And that is not a great look for the Chiefs as they face Tyson Bagent, who's a very smart quarterback. Now, Bagent and the Bears back to working to the sidelines here, as I just explained, and it's a great job of identifying the weak link in the coverage. Wilson has the leverage on his out route here against the edge, so it's an easy pickup, and it's just yak yards for the tight end here for a first down out of bounds, again stopping the clock. Big time working sideline, finding the mismatch in coverage, and delivering a good ball here. And then I also love that the O-line is at least good enough, or does a good enough of a job to get the ball out quickly for Tyson Bagent and protect him from that blitz. So great third play, again working the sidelines, stopping the clock here by the Bears offense. And we're continuing with the first downs here. Play number 4, 1st and 10, 45 seconds left on the clock. The Bears, same formation. Trey right now this time with Joel Wilson running a sit as their number 3 here as a tight end. Number 2 runs a vertical, and number 1 runs a deep in. Guess what that concept is? Dagger once again. We're running it all the time. All right. And then on the backside, you have single side Jahdae Walker with a curl route, this time covered 2 by the Kansas City Chiefs, as their plan this time it is to aggressively press the outside receivers, and by that jamming them inside to protect the sidelines once again with outside leverage. And the nickel and the Mike right here, they carry the seam deep past the 6, all right? And that's a great job by Toure here, number 83, of stretching the field, crossing the face of the nickel, and then putting nickel and Mike in the bind by carrying him deep. And that just opens up that underneath sit by Joel Wilson here for a wide open completion. Tyson Bagent once again takes what's given, takes Wilson underneath, quick completion over the middle, same play, great execution, and you're just keeping it simple, giving your quarterback answers against multiple looks and keeping the tempo up. Once again, lining up quickly after that and getting a first down once again. Then after a quick spike for the Chicago Bears, we're on to play number 5. After the spike, obviously a 2nd and 10 now with 30 seconds left on the clock. And that's where the Bears kind of want to go for a deep completion here once again, running almost the same play as on the first play of the day, which is that drive concept. This time just the responsibilities flipped. This time the tight end is running the dig and the H receiver is running the drag underneath. And then you have the try to Jahdae Walker on that deep out once again. And then also Tyler Scott does the same, running the 10 and out from the other side. The Chiefs are back to man coverage, cover 2 man look here. So kind of a similar situation to the previous play. Once again in that tray left formation. And Tyson Bagent on this one puts a perfect ball outside. Again, given the opportunity by the defense by inside stemming here or inside shading here, and works the sidelines and looks towards his best wide receiver, which is Jahdae Walker on the field at this point. Walker is in a very tough spot here because the safety helps over the top, so the corner again can trail to read and react to his hips. And it's a contested ball here, almost has it, but the defender does a pretty okay job of getting the hands in between his, and then also the ground helps to jar it loose. So the first incompletion on the drive, but not a bad decision, and almost it gets caught by Jahdae Walker. Onto the next play as we're getting back to the completions. And this is probably the most crucial situation of this entire drive. 3rd and 10 on play number 6, 22 seconds left on the clock. 3rd down, you need to convert here. And the Chicago Bears, guess what? They're running dagger again. This time stacked formation here with Miles Boykin and Samori Toure running switch release dagger here. All right, so outside release dagger here, and then an inside release for Toure, who runs down the seam to stretch the defense again. And then Tyler Scott comes across all the way from the single side and runs that drag route across the field. And the Chiefs are in a cover 4 look. Bears running, like I said, switch release dagger here, and the nickel that plays kind of in between that apex between tackle and that stack by the Bears offense has to get the hands on the number 2 receiver as he's inside stemming here to reroute him and then play the flats. That's his responsibility. And Samori Toure, again, with a great job of crossing the nickel's face, forcing his zone drop to be deeper than usual that he wants to, and then the flats are completely exposed. And Tyler Scott goes for a first down here out of bounds. Great play call, great execution by everyone, just putting that nickel in a bad spot, converting, getting out of bounds on 3rd and 10. Also great job of Tyson Bagent reading that nickel, knowing that the flats is going to be exposed and the route is coming there, trusting his eyes and getting the ball out to Tyler Scott. Perfect execution on 3rd and 10 to keep moving the chains and stopping the clock. Now for play number 7, another 1st and 10 situation right after it. 17 seconds now on the clock still. The Chiefs DBs play outside shaded cover 1 man here once again, protecting the sidelines. So I'm asking you guys, what have we learned so far in this video? We take what they give us, right? Outside shaded leverage means they want to protect the sidelines. We take something inside and just line up quickly again and stop the clock somehow. And what do the Bears run? Of course, dagger once again. You have the Z receiver number 1 on that trip side running the dagger, the deep in. You have the number 2, which is Toure, running the vertical route that just drags and stretches the defense here. You have Joel Wilson staying in for blocking responsibilities. And then you have Miles Boykin, who's getting the ball here single side with a curl route. A+ protection here on this blitz pickup on the half slide for the Chicago Bears. Have to give some love for the offensive line as they gave Tyson Bagent a ton of time in this drive as well to just execute like that. I don't think they get enough flowers for how they played in this 2-minute drill. And then Tyson goes to Miles Boykin, trusts him on a one-on-one curl route. Good timing, and Boykin fights through contact, plus draws a holding penalty, which is important because it stops the clock in that situation. Ben Johnson declines that and takes the yards here, and we'll move on to the last 2 plays, which are going to be crucial why the Bears scored on this drive. As for the second to last play on the Chicago Bears' last final drive against the Chiefs, we're in a 2nd and 2 situation with only 11 seconds now on the clock. Still no timeouts. They didn't magically reappear here. And the penalty gave the opportunity to sub in Jahdae Walker again, which is big because he's the best player on the field right now with Tyson Bagent, and he can win you that game. The Chiefs are in a red zone cover 4 situation here, and Ben Johnson gives Tyson Bagent the opportunity to work either the middle or the sidelines here with a inside motion or in motion here by Samori Toure, who runs that drive concept with Joel Wilson. He runs the drag here, and then Joel Wilson runs a outside stem dig route right behind it. And then on the front side of this play, you have Tyler Scott and Jahdae Walker stacked, running a smash concept. Scott is running a outside stem out, and then Walker runs a deep corner. And Tyler Scott here does a great job of stemming at the corner here, who has a deep quarter here. right? That's his responsibility. He has a deep corner. He has to protect the back pylon here on this play. So for Tyson Bagent in that situation, it's a corner read. He is reading that corner. He decides for this mass concept, and he travels with the corner route by Jade Walker, which opens up the underneath outside stemming out route by Tyler Scott. Good ball. Tyler goes out of bounds upfield, which is super important to stop the clock once again. Phenomenal operation. 11 seconds left on the clock. We somehow get a ball out of bounds upfield to stop the clock once again, and we'll move on to the last play of this drive. And for the final play of this drive, play number 9, we're in a 1st and 6 situation at the goal line. 7 seconds now left on the clock. And with the Chiefs timeout on defense, the Bears had the opportunity to rethink what they want to do on this play. Game on the line, and this is on your quarterback and the best receiver to finish this game off, and that's exactly what Ben Johnson does as he calls 4 verts against the Chiefs. Cover 2-man situation here. You got Joel Wilson and Toure just running, bending go routes here to gain the attention of the cover 2, the deep safeties here that try to help maybe outside, but with them bending it towards them, they have to help out on those routes, which just isolates the 2 outside receivers, Tyler Scott and Jade Walker, one-on-one with their cornerbacks. And I mean, you know which matchup we're taking. Best player, best receiver on that field is Jade Walker. Walker one-on-one, Tyson Bagent with an absolute killer instinct, and the rest is history.
7 seconds to go. Bagent will throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. Walker gets the touchdown. What a comeback by the Chicago.
A perfect ball, only where the wide receiver can catch it. Late hands by a preseason hero that by now made the final 53-man roster. And that's how the Chicago Bears finished a picture-perfect 2-minute drill to finish off the 2025 preseason, and shows us the anatomy of a 2-minute drill. And with that being said, guys, that's the end of today's episode. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like and comment down in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of the Bears finishing off preseason with such a beautiful 2-minute drill. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I would highly appreciate it. It's completely free, and there's going to be more breakdowns during the regular season, of course, as well. And I'm thinking of one more as well for this final preseason game of the Chicago Bears, as we have now almost 2 weeks until the regular season opener against the Minnesota Vikings. And I'll see you then. Can't wait for the regular season to start. What a way to finish the season. And as always, guys, bear down.